Well, I had to respond. I've only started listening to part of it because Shanny was streaming while I was. I'm harvesting raspberries right now. I have about 7 or 8 bumblers here. The bumblebees are just going crazy on the flowers and on the berries, getting the fruit juice off of them. Let me zoom in. Trying to harvest some for hubby's breakfast in the morning. And of course the bumblers, and they just fly around me. They don't bother me at all. I'm very comfortable with them. These are not the big round bumblers. They don't look like the honeybees, though. Honeybees are brown. So yeah, doing what I can here. Like I said, I had to get out and weed, and so I just pruned back a stray tree that rode in on my rose bush and has been trying to take over the rose bush like just insane. But yeah, this is the last of my raspberries for the year, I think. So I do share them with the wildlife. The squirrels come in and the bees are coming in. As I've said before, my yard is not sprayed. I have a metric buck ton of dandelions right now. I'm probably going to harvest some tonight to cook. And yeah, some of the raspberries aren't good anymore, but I should have enough for breakfast in the morning. But yeah, I mean, our earth is definitely in trouble, and that's why we have, animals being propagated and preserved in zoos like the Minnesota Zoo and other ones. I'll try not to give you a spinny camera here. Some of us are trying. It's not an easy task. Still didn't get that dirt in the pots. But I have to transplant a ficus in the house, so I'm going to use that for that. It's got to go to a bigger pot because it's getting really root bound. Ocean life, yeah. It's getting harder to justify eating some of the things that I tend to like. Like I will not eat cuttlefish for one thing. They display remarkable intelligence for problem solving and puzzle solving, just like octopi do. So I will not eat octopus for the same reason. They're a sapient creature. That raspberry's getting fermented. That one's gone. That one's okay. So the wild horses, they've been rounding them up every year. I'm actually part of the organization trying to, I'm not a paid member anymore, but they're trying to raise awareness and get wild horses adopted so that they don't end up going to slaughter. They round them up in helicopters and stuff, and they do the same thing with the brumbies in Australia, the horses that had gone wild after escaping from settlers and stuff there. Gorgeous animals. Oh my God, the brumbies are just, their conformation is like just absolutely startling. Beautiful animals. It's a problem all over. And unfortunately, it's not new, and there's not a neat way to resolve it because there's too much money involved. Some of that goes with the cattle ranchers and stuff like that, that You know, we still do have a very big beef industry, and you know, those horses are in the way. The oceans, the pollution, and everything else, I don't know the way it's going to be in 150 years. Yeah, there's stuff we can start doing now. For one thing, like, I have the Mississippi River not that far off. The watersheds and the runoff in the street and everything. Don't spray your yards. Don't use weed killer. Things like that. My yard is coming back green. I actually got a lot of dandelions again. Like I said, I'm probably going to harvest those tonight. But we didn't water all summer because that was taking away water for fighting fires and for drinking and stuff like that. These are the things that we have to be mindful of. And it's not an easy issue. There's a lot of people who want their lawns green and don't think about it. There's a lot of people who don't think about the bees and don't think about that. And goddess, I hope that ain't a bee up my shorts. Yes, I did say that. I have loose shorts on. Probably not the smartest thing. Bloody hell, I hope that ain't a bee. I will be stung. Something crawling up my shorts. Well, I'm back to nature for sure. I haven't grounded yet because I am playing with sharp, pointy objects. I'm pruning things. And when I go to harvesting the dandelions, I will go barefoot and ground tonight and do a small ritual. And that's some of it too, is like, I'm not going to publicly pray on a live stream or anything like that. I'm a very private person when it comes to that. I mean, it's one thing if I'm with my coven and we do things, but most of the time it's just myself. It's my own way of doing things, and I don't get on YouTube and do rituals like some other pagans do. There's several Wiccans, like what is it, Dragon Feather, I think is her name. She's just a youngin', and she does it publicly and stuff. That's not my place. But yeah, there's certain rituals I do to kind of attune to Mother Earth, and actually growing things is part of my ritual. Because look at what the friends it brings me. That wasn't to be up my shorts, by the way. Thank the goddess for big favors there. But yeah, I just had to put some 2 cents worth in there. If we all do what we can, we might be able to correct some of these changes. Hopefully we can, and hopefully everybody will get together and do just that. So anyway, blessed be everyone. Have a good night. Buzz, buzz, buzz.